gave us our rights. And they include life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness, the right to pursue happiness as we choose. Look, we all value and respect our government and the work that government has to do and recognize its role in our society, but its role is to help encourage free people and to allow dreamers to reach for their dreams, to provide education so opportunities there, to keep the burden of government from being too large, to keep it from smothering enterprise and freedom and opportunity. The president doesn't understand the power of the American spirit, I don't think. In some respects, he says he loves free enterprise, but he thinks government somehow has to get in there and pull all the strings. Government needs to encourage free enterprise, but then let the people pursue their own dreams, pursue their own visions, pursue happiness as they know it. And I know something about the greatness of the American spirit. I'm convinced that despite all the challenges we face, the debt and the joblessness, the challenges we face around the world, schools that are not performing as they should, all those challenges, I'm convinced, are going to be overcome, not by government, but by the American spirit, by free people, doing what needs to be done to make America stronger. I've seen the spirit of America throughout my life. One of my favorite experiences happened a number of years ago that just cemented again in my mind the great qualities of the human spirit that are seen day in and day out in American citizens across this country. I happened to be at a Boy Scout Court of Honor. And a few Boy Scouts here, Boy Scouters here. And I was seated up front at the Formica table, and there was a flagpole next to it with a flag on it, and the person speaking at the microphone was a fellow from Monument, Colorado. And he said that when he was back in Colorado, that the Boy Scout troop that he was responsible for wanted to have a special flag. And so they purchased a flag with gold tassels around it, and they had that flag flown above the Capitol. And when it came back, the boys said, I wonder if we could have our flag go on the space shuttle. They contacted NASA and said, we've got this special flag for our Boy Scout troop. Would you take it up on the space shuttle? Space is at a premium in space, you know, so I'm sure they were kind of reluctant to take souvenirs for Boy Scout troops, but they said, okay, we'll take your flag. So they put it on the shuttle, and he said, you can imagine how proud our boys were to be sitting in their home rooms at school and to watch that shuttle launch and to say to their friends, our flag's on the shuttle. And then they saw it explode in the air. And he said he called NASA, and he said, have you found any remnant of our flag? And they hadn't. He said he called every week for months. Have you found something from our flag? Nothing, nothing. And then he said in about September, this was about half a year, 3/4 of a year later, he's reading an article in the paper that describes some of the debris found from the Challenger disaster. And on there it mentions something about a flag. So he called NASA again, and they said, in fact, we have found something we'd like to present to you. And so NASA and the Boy Scout troop and their parents all came together for a presentation. And they handed the Boy Scouts a little plastic container. And they opened the container, and inside was their flag in perfect condition.